Hi, spiritual family. This is Pastor Sharon Billington. It's so good to be able to talk to you like this. And I welcome you to my home. You know, God has tasked Pastor G and me with a different kind of a ministry. And that is to tell you about His love. Telling you about His love doesn't mean that you have a license to sin. At a later time, we'll talk about the fact that obedience is part of love. But right now, He wants me to talk to you about Matthew 25 in the parable of the sheep and the goats. Let's begin in verse 31. When the Son of Man comes in His glory and all the holy angels with Him, then He will sit on the throne of His glory. All the nations will be gathered before Him, and He will separate them, one from another, as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. And He will set the sheep on His right hand, but the goats on the left. Then the King will say to those on His right hand, "Come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world." You know, brothers and sisters, have you ever wondered what differentiates the sheep from the goats? You know, that understanding will help you to be part of the sheep and to be with God for eternity. So let's continue. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer Him, saying, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? When did we see you a stranger and take you in, or naked and clothe you? Or when did we see you sick or in prison and come to you?" And the King will answer and say to them, "Assuredly, I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these my brethren, you did it to me." There's your answer. You know, when we receive the Holy Spirit indwelling in us, it changes us. He changes us. And what He is in the process of doing is transforming us into the love that God is. What these sheep are saying, brothers and sisters, is, you know, it's so much a part of them. This giving, this being, this loving, that they don't even think about it. They just do it. And, you know, that's what God sees in us, brothers and sisters. Do we look at each other and see how we can help, what we can do, what we can say, anything that we can be to make somebody else's life better? That's the question, and that's the kind of giving quality that God looks for in us. And then sadly, in verse 41, He says, He will also say to those on the left hand, "Depart from me, you cursed, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angel." And He goes through the same things that He told the sheep. And He tells them that they never, ever ministered to Him. Brothers and sisters, did you know that when we minister to each other, we minister to God? Because God lives in each of us. Oh, what a beautiful truth. And I pray that you take it to heart. And if you haven't been this kind of loving, ask God to help you. He will. Have a good day, brothers and sisters.